of my YouTube channel and how well that did in 2023. I'm Tweakz Tech, as you will see right here. I mostly upload content about tech. Currently I don't have a fixed upload schedule. There were a few special things that I'm going to talk about. In 2023 I've uploaded a video which broke the record for being the most watched video on my channel. And it's right at the top. It's about the Intel Greybox commercial with the upscale. So I found an old commercial video promoting the Intel Pentium 4 with hyperthreading on YouTube. I've downloaded it and then I put it through a program called Tweakz. And what that program did was it has upscaled the video, which meant that the video was put out in a higher quality than it originally was. It's indeed true that YouTube generally doesn't work out in your favor when it comes to quality. By using this program I could get multiple times the original quality. I've re-uploaded that video and I got over 13k views on it with a like to dislike ratio of 98.1%, meaning that people have liked this video a lot. This is more than I have expected. For better quality content, make sure to smash that like button and sub to my channel. This video holds the #1 spot for being the most watched on my channel, the classic Greybox commercial. What was the thing in you that led you to upload this video, and why exactly this video? So at a moment in 2023, I was at a party and apparently I got 2 PCs for free. One of them had an Intel Pentium 4 with hyperthreading, while the other one had an AMD Athlon 64, I believe. I wanted to make 2 deep cleaning videos out of them, but they never came for some reason. And well, it's due to editing troubles. I've expected that the deep cleaning video was going to take up quite long. So what I decided to do is I was going to upload a sort of warming up video, a short or an old commercial. And I decided to go for that video. I really liked it. The commercial had some good and entertaining animation that led me to watch to the end. Let's not forget about that it was quite convincing. This is a legendary commercial made by Intel to promote the Intel Pentium 4 with hyperthreading. This is word for word a line in the description. One thing I will need to mention is that short form content is becoming more and more important, and yeah, indeed, YouTube Shorts has been flooded with so-called edits and too much low effort content, of course. One of the most watched shorts on my YouTube channel was called Just a Normal RTX 4090, right? This one got over 8k views and a like to dislike ratio of over 90%. Which is quite nice to know, but I would think that people are also giving their likes away on those videos. Nowadays in YouTube Studio you will also have a separate tab for shorts videos due to a recent change within the interface, which means it's separated from the normal content. I'm not too sure about its usefulness since it's quite easy to recognize a shorts video out of a list of videos. YouTube Shorts got its own separate treatment over the course of time. If you want to get some influence on YouTube, make sure to put some focus on your shorts. Yeah, you can use shorts to spread cuts of full-length content, but you can do many other things with shorts. You can make edits or you can make announcements. They are quite easy to make and spread. But if you're serious about YouTube, then also consider making full-length videos. If you want to make money with YouTube Shorts, keep in mind it's possible, but it's going to be something on the hard side, since you will need to have a ton of views and a ton of watching hours. Videos that are vertically shot and have a duration of less than a minute are classified by YouTube as YouTube Shorts. But if you want to make profits of them, if you want to get monetization with a few options like donations, then you should expect to get around 3 million views within 90 days. If you want to get even more monetization and full on with that, then you should get 10 million views on your videos within 90 days. Monetization on YouTube is a hard thing for sure, but I won't let it loose since 2024 will be an important year for me. My second most watched short video was posted at the end of the year. It was an edit about high-end monitors and I got nearly 2600 views on it. After 1 or 2 days, apparently the, spreading of the video stopped. With the style of the video and the music used, I could have expected more views and likes, but well, possibly even the 5 digits. And I did my promotion like normal, so well, what happened? If I need to believe the analytics I can find inside YouTube Studio, then I would need to believe that the video was a bit too long for most people. The views suddenly stopped flowing. I'm not going to be mad at it. The like to dislike ratio is 89.5%. This is without a doubt a good number. But now I will need to mention that you can buy my merch on a platform called Oipo, so make sure to check that out. If you want to start off this new year fresh and with photos of my stuff, well, buy my merch on Oipo. So for example, you can order a mug with my channel logo on it if you want to. It's indeed true that the site is in Dutch now, but you can also put it in English, French or German. So language is no excuse here. Otherwise you can still work your way out with Google Translate. Back to my channel. If you want to support my channel, make sure to check my videos, like them, subscribe to my channel, share my videos with others. Consider buying my merch, which comes with high quality images. My subscriber count is at 74, which is a nice growth from previous year. And of course I've got a lot of views and watching time. If I will be able to make 3 to 4 nice well viewed shorts, then I will be able to achieve 100 subscribers this year in a realistic way. And that will be a nice milestone, although YouTube doesn't care about it anymore. Apparently I'm at 76 subs now, so I'm getting a bit closer to my goal. Now let's go back to the shorts. Watching time and shorts sounds like a weird combination, right? But shorts are short and easy to spread, so you can expect a lot of views for them. And many people don't care about their time when watching shorts, as long as they aren't too boring. So they will watch to the end and you will see a lot of watching time as a result of that. One of my most watched shorts gave me 40 watching hours, 8k views and 12 new subscribers. Thank you for that. And what should I say about this? Those are probably stats of the people that have watched my video. Speaking of free games, I've posted a lot of videos about them past year. I've also posted these videos as Reels format on Instagram. And yeah, indeed, I do have an Instagram account, so make sure to check it out. Link is going to be in the description. Although my shorts about free games on Epic Games and on Steam were informational and so of some useful value, they didn't gain me a lot of views. It was a few hundred per video maximum. I hope that you're smart enough to check for free games in Epic Games Store. Now it's on a daily basis, but that will end soon. From then on, it's every Thursday at 5 PM and usually once a week. One of my most watched videos about free games on my channel was about Half-Life, the original, offered on Steam for free. It was quite a good game and still is a quite good game. And I was tight on time, but I still wanted to post the video. Unfortunately, this was something I found in the graphs, so most viewers have missed the boat when it came to this deal. Sorry for them. But this short topped everything off when it came to free games, since it had 373 views. And speaking about Epic Games, there was a game that gained me around 200 views. I could remember there was a short video I've got more views on. And it looks like I found it. A new free game in Epic Games Store, Open World. This was about the Saints Row reboot of 2022, a game that was given away at one day at the end of 2023. I made a short about it. The short got about 362 views, so I would think well done. It's one of the most watched videos about free games on my channel. Are you going to play this game? Let me know. If there's a thing I've learned in 2023, is that even though I'm quite small, I was still able to get a bit of attention when I needed it. I wanted to search for a rare piece of hardware called the SWOG 939 CPU or AM2 CPU board. It's not useful to put my project at risk for this, so let's search it up. This is an expansion card released by SWOG that allows you to expand your motherboard with a new CPU socket. So this was meant for a specific series of motherboards with socket 754 or 929 and allowed you to add the AM2 socket onto the motherboard. One of the nicest points is that upgrading to a new platform became quite easy. You didn't have to reinstall Windows since the chipset didn't have to be replaced or upgraded, and it also was shared between multiple sockets. But unfortunately it's quite old hardware, and you know how it goes. This card had a 929 and an AM2 variant. The last one was released in 2006, nearly 18 years old. I do have a compatible motherboard laying around at home, which is a K8 upgrade NF3, which has socket 754 on board. I sat for a long time with the thought of maxing out the motherboard with one of these cards. It will be really cool, I will think so. On that one edit I've made, I got more than 400 views on it. The like to dislike ratio was quite divided. I just got over 50%. It proves that you can't predict everything. But those who knew usually gave a like to it. Thank you for your attention. The conclusion is that there are some people that have this card laying around, but they won't give it away. It's a quite rare piece of hardware. If you want to buy one, expect prices of 100 euros or more. Then you will need to find someone who's willing to sell the card to you. Let's put the focus somewhere else and talk about computer stuff. The platform, motherboard, CPU and RAM. Which one's the best to buy into and which motherboard was the best of 2023? Let me show you. If you're not interested into this and want to skip over to something else, skip over to the timestamp given on the screen. Let's talk about computer stuff, because you wanted it. Let's go outside of the channel and talk about platforms. What is the best platform that you can buy into and you want to build a PC in 2024? Well, that's a good question. In 2023, the most important platforms were Socket 1700 from Intel and Socket AM5 from AMD. AMD AM4 was a bit in the background, with a lot of people still falling in love with Socket AM4. It's understandable since this platform provides a lot of value for money. It supports DDR4, it has support for CPUs that are near Intel's 12th gen or even 13th gen depending on the model. Let's not forget about the first Ryzen X3D chip, which is the 5800 X3D. It costs around 300 euros. And still one of the best gaming CPUs around there. You can compare it to a normal Ryzen 7000 CPU. When it comes to gaming performance, it has 8 cores at 16 threads. You will be absolutely coated in power. Not only that, AMD's AM4 platform is also quite power efficient. That one chip with X3D cache I've talked about. You don't need a serious all-in-one or custom water cooling loop to cool it. It's indeed true that they're saying it's getting hot, but it's at the core that it's getting hot, and it's due to the design of the chip. The CPU tries to get the highest possible speed by boosting up. The latest Ryzen chips are also showing the same behavior. It's not a power hog, unlike Intel's 13 and 14th gen. Even though it's quite a bit costlier than the normal Ryzen 7 chip, the 5800X I believe, it's quite in demand and especially as an upgrade option. And while those chips are absolutely fantastic, and of course they're all beating my main rig, they're all good options. But then you also got the fact that Intel and AMD gave their high-end desktop platforms a new life in the form of the Xeon W number and the AMD Threadripper. And those platforms are quite costly, but also meant to have much more capabilities than the standard desktop platforms, which you're using most of the time, unless your main computer is built on a high-end desktop platform. These platforms are meant for workstations and for servers. And if you're willing to do a build based on them, well, let me know. I'm curious. But one of the best platforms of 2023 was AM5, in my opinion. Motherboard prices have come down, DDR5 prices have come down. For less than 150 euros you can get yourself a quite nice B650 motherboard. Some of them will even go away for less than 120 euros. It's true that these are quite simple boards. You can't expect everything. No nice covers on there, not on everything, but well, that's a bit logical. This is me searching through the motherboards in the price watch. It looks like I found one of the cheapest B650 motherboards. Let's see. It's around 112 euros. That's not much. It's so basic. It doesn't have VRM heatsinks. Yeah, right. But just step it up a bit higher and then you'll find a ton of value for money. The ASRock B650M HDV M2 was probably one of the most useful and most value for money motherboards that was released this year. It has the AM5 socket and is based around the B650 chipset. It has a feature set sufficient enough for most people. It supports high-end CPUs with no trouble. Since it has a strong VRM which has 400 amperes of current, it doesn't have any trouble running high-end CPUs. But one of the most attractive points of this motherboard is that it boots up quickly. With the launch BIOS, this board can boot up in less than 20 seconds, which is proven. With this board there's no need to roll back to older platforms. The I/O looks on point. This motherboard indeed has 2 RAM slots, but this allows you to stuff in 2 times 48GB, meaning you will have a total capacity of 96GB maximum. That's quite insane. If you would have 4 slots on an AM5 motherboard or on a socket 1700 motherboard with DDR5, then you can stuff up to 192GB of RAM. Such amounts of RAM were unthinkable just a few years ago. Heavy workstation users, make sure to watch out. What do you expect to be the best platform to build a PC on in 2024? That's a good question. You will have Intel Socket 1700 and AMD's AM5 for sure. Intel Socket 1700 is at its end, unfortunately. 12th gen was quite nice. After that came 13th gen with codename Raptor Lake, and after that you have 14th gen, which doesn't have a lot of extra value, it's just a refresh. The best CPU expected on this platform is going to be the Intel Core i9-14900K. It's just a refresh of the 3900K with or without S, meaning that you don't have an upgrade path after the 4900K. You're stuck on it. It's possible that there will come out a variant that has an S on the end, but it doesn't have a lot of added value. For the 15th generation, Intel's preparing a new socket. Not totally unexpected after 3 generations. In the past it was even after 2 generations. On the other side, AM5 will have lots of room for future upgrades, as AMD has promised. But there are a few things that it will be fixed on. For example, the memory generation will be DDR5 throughout all motherboards. This has been AMD's habit already since AM2 was out. The best CPUs for this platform are currently the 7800X3D and the 7950X, which are both absolutely fantastic CPUs that are on the high-end side. And new CPUs are expected to come out in 2024. APUs, so CPUs with integrated graphics from AMD, lower-end CPUs for AM5, and possibly a new generation of CPUs. So I will be curious to all of them. CPU motherboard prices will continue to drop, and then I can see if I can get myself an AM5 platform and try out some things. And if you want to build a new PC, I will think AM5 is your best bet in 2024. Thank me later. New APUs will be hot stuff for sure. Congrats to AMD AM4 for existing for so long. It's unbelievable, but this platform has been such a good investment that AMD still designs and sells new CPUs for it. It's a nice platform, but it has its limits and it doesn't have the latest features. If you want to build a PC on the higher side of AM4, then it's possible that you will be better off with a fresh new AM5 system. Past year I've tried out the Intel X99 platform using a Chinese motherboard with an Intel Xeon E5 2670V3, which is a nice 12-core chip that you can get for only 12 euros on AliExpress, and runs them all at 2.3 GHz. It sounds weak at the first sight, but well, it has a decent clock speed on Haswell. That's actually a lot of cores, and there's no unlocked variant of this chip. I'm going to use a platform to test out the Nvidia Tesla 40, which is a card I've laying around since past year. The card which I fully exposed in a video. I've had an AM4 motherboard I've wanted to test it on. I guess it counts as a mainstream desktop system. It was recent enough to have the needed BIOS settings and to have the required power and to not face bandwidth limits, I thought. But it didn't want to work for some reason and I've stranded at a Core 10. Now I'm going to give this card a new chance. This Tesla card, not Tesla car. Anyways, let's change from subject. While many games released in 2023 had a nice storytelling and nice mechanics, we all know of examples of things that went wrong in games of 2023. We can for example scream on the graphics of those games. I know of 2 games that are disasters at their own and that I'm not going to play in 2024. The first one is Redfall. The second one is the latest Forza Motorsport. That was short and simple. Stop wasting your time. If you've got a code for one of these games, then ask for a refund. Also, for 2024 I'm planning to throw in a few new benchmarks when I'm going to test new hardware that have to do with productivity. The first of them being a compression tool called Handbrake, the second a video editor. So I take a project, I drag through the program, and then I'm going to export it. From then on I measure the time it takes to finish that export. It's that simple, but I'm not sure about with which program I'm going to try it out. Let's talk about another subject. At the beginning of the year, there were 3 pets present at home. So, 1 gold hamster or Syrian hamster and 2 Holland lobs. The hamster is unfortunately dead, but our 2 Holland lobs are still alive and well. However, at the end of the year I've noticed that one of the bunnies, the black one, had something sticky next to the eye. It was so weird. I went to the vet for it. It was said to me that my little friend had a respiratory infection. It's possible that he also has teeth problems. Teeth growth should be under control. If it's out of control, then the teeth are going to put up against other parts in the body. And this can also happen to the eye. Hopefully it isn't chronic. I would like it to make new videos for the series Bunny Addiction, but I know my mother doesn't really like it. So I'm going to try to make fun videos. My little friends are hopping away when I don't come with food or water. But that's in their habit. I'm not going to present them as another sort of animal or so, like some of us will do. But chances are that if the one with the problem recovers to good health, then I'm going to make one or multiple videos of bunny addiction. Speaking of a thing that strangers don't know about, I exercise a gym. So, since April of this year, I've started doing gym workouts at home. And nowadays, it's on a daily basis. I go to the gym once a week. This is for personal training. However, at the end of the year with Christmas, I got a trial of Basic Fit as a present. And I'm going to try that out. My dad will come with me and, well, let's hope it's fun. So I made an account, I've activated it. If I need to work with barbells, if I need to work with machines, I can go there and work out. What's up then for 2024? Well, that's a good question. First of all, I will need to organize my basement a bit better in 2024, since that's the place where I store most of my hardware. It's unfortunately forbidden at home to store stuff in my bedroom or somewhere else. It needs to go to the basement. That's the policy at home. Not in use, put it on the desk or put it in the basement. So far, the desk and the basement are the only places allowed to store stuff at home. I don't have a whole lot of room to work with anymore, because well, it's flooded with hardware in the basement. I will make sure to sell off some of my older hardware to make place for newer pieces. Also, I know you're all drooling over the latest gen of AMD CPUs and over Intel GPUs. Also, if it's not about Intel GPUs, then it's about whatever it is. I also want to be able to play around with that, but also money is tight. So I will make sure that comes as a priority. And then there are your parents asking, why do you want to make money? They know me well enough for that, I believe. Come on. That's, well, weird to say. Hardware is decreasing in value and money is affected by inflation. On the other side, I have a big hardware collection, which includes a few rare pieces of hardware. For example, I have the MSI Big Bang X-Power 2 motherboard, which is extremely rare. It's one of the biggest single socket motherboards ever made for desktops, and it's quite a beauty, I would say. And I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it or not, since it also has a feature set that really fits the motherboard. It feels like it's worth to keep around, but the other side it's not. Anyways, but having nice hardware only works out when you have hardware that fits on it. So for example, motherboards and CPUs. A motherboard requires a fitting CPU. RAM requires a fitting motherboard. A motherboard also requires a fitting case if you want to build a PC with it and take your task seriously. I'm going to put benchmarks and hardware hacking back onto the program. And well, what's up with those 2 deep cleaning videos? They're not a first priority. Those PCs are pretty old and not trending. If I can solve the problems with editing, that will be nice. For the following that knows me of CSR2, do you want to see more CSR2 content? Since I'm going to start with Tempest 2, which will mean that I'm going to be at least Elite Level 2 this year. If you're curious to new content, well, then even though there weren't any questions that rolled in for me, I'm still thankful for you watching my video. If you want to support me, make sure to subscribe to my channel, give this video a like, and from then on, I wish you a happy new year. I'm hopefully going to see you in the next video. Bye.